I've had a lot of discussions on it. Some people's memories are, a little foggy on it. Let's just deal with the facts. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like to do. Let me just say, first of all, 66, going back 30 years, this has become probably the most congested road in the United States of America. It was a parking lot. Doing nothing was not an option. We had to take leadership. We had to do something to change the dynamic. As I say, it was so congested. We needed to encourage more carpooling. As I say, the projections are we're going from 8.5 million people to 10 million people. Over the course of the next 20 years, be the 10th biggest state in America. Where are we going to put all those new people? Where are we going to put all those new cars? I drove yesterday from McLean down to a dinner in Washington, D.C. It's 6-7 miles. It took me an hour and 12 minutes. We have to do something about fixing the roads, and we're making decisions, and that's what we're doing on it. You should also know, HOV, under federal law, you have to go at least 45 miles an hour for 90% of the time. Mark, we weren't doing it on that road. We risked losing federal highway funds. That is just a fact. And so people should understand the dynamics on all of these. We were in violation of federal law. So what we have done is to allow single drivers who were prohibited from driving on it before the option of going on the road. We are widening 66, as you know, eastbound, which has been needed to be done for a very, very long time. We also have a lot of other options for people. If you don't want to go on 66, the ulterior roads, people have said it's worked for all of those as well. So everybody is getting a faster drive. It's gone from like 38 to 58. The average, if you look at comparative to where it was before. We have more buses on it. We're building more park and rides. We're using the funds. All of the money that we get in the corridor is staying in the corridor. We couldn't keep it the way it was. We had to make some decisions going forward. And I've seen some of the politicians writing letters. Either they have foggy memories, but they all voted for this bill. Many of the people who wrote me a letter stood next to me at a press conference in the Patrick Henry building. Now they're out squawking. So, being in politics is about leadership. You're entitled to your opinion. You're not entitled to your own set of facts. We said at the time with the bill that the average would be $17. Do you know what the average is today, Mark? After 9 days, $13.87. So for all these politicians who are, if I'm a voter...
But did they know that the cost could go as high as $40 or more?
Well, you look up at the sign and see it, and let's be honest, on the $44, it happened on one day. It happened for 6 minutes. It went from 8:24 to 8:30, so 6 minutes. So what that is telling you, and it affected 17 drivers, Mark. So those 17 drivers saw that, could have gone on the alternative route, could have taken the Beltway to the GW Parkway, 15 minutes. We're tracking all of this. You have options. Mm-hmm. They decided, they may have had a job interview or a daycare issue, they decided they were going to pay it. This is no shock to anybody, but the average, Mark, for 9 days is $13.87. Going in, the average is $9.26. Coming home, the average is $4.61. It is performing better than we had said. So we did the public hearings, the press release that we did, the press conference that these elected officials were at. Made it very clear that it was a $17. And if you read the press releases, so I would just tell these legislators, either you read the legislation you sign or you didn't. I'm not quite sure what it is. But if I'm a voter, I want to ask, why did you sign the bill if you didn't know what it had in it? First question. Number one, it was always starting in 17. Someone said, well, I didn't know it was starting in 17. Go back and look at all the press releases.
So on average, we're where we...
1387. We're below where we said when we signed the bill.
Okay, so then you would say this is working as anticipated.
Speeds are up. More people are carpooling. We've got slug lanes there now.
But did anybody anticipate that tolls could be, even at their peak, at $40, $43?
But if 17 people out of thousands want to pay it,
so it could go higher.
It's a choice,
and it would still you would still say it's working as intended.
And if let's say whatever it may be, but if 17 people, Mark, let's keep this in perspective, out of thousands of drivers, decide, I couldn't go on this road before. Oh, my goodness, I can now go, but I'm going to have to pay this. But I got a critical job, but I know getting on this now that I'm not going to be stopped in taillights, that I'm going to be able to do this at average speed of 58 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pay it. That's your choice. So people got to stop the hyperbole. It's working. It's working better than we thought it would. That's what dynamic tolling is. And for the 17 people out of thousands and thousands who see that sign, and if you don't want to do it, Mark, you have many other routes to go in. Don't pay it.
No need.